Hello crochet friends, and welcome back to Yarn Over Hook. My name is Sammy, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to do the block stitch. Isn't this stitch so neat? It's so pretty, and I absolutely fell in love with it as I was making this swatch. It's very simple, just a cluster of 3 double crochet over a chain space. I thought that this stitch might be a little bit more difficult than it looks, but it turns out it's a lot easier. So I'm excited to hop into this one, so let's get into it. To begin our block stitch project, you want to chain a multiple of 3 plus 1. Then turn it over. We're going to work in the bumps. You want to skip this first bump and do a single crochet into that second bump from your hook. So we'll insert our hook into that second bump, yarn over, and pull through. Yarn over, pull through both loops on your hook. And then do the same to that next bump. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through both loops on your hook. And then we'll chain 2. 1 and 2. And we're going to skip 1, 2. And do a single crochet into that following bump. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through both loops on your hook. And we'll just do that same thing. We'll do a chain 2, skip 2, and single crochet into the following bump. So chain 2, 1, 2, skip 2, 1, 2, and single crochet into that following bump. And we'll chain 2, 1, 2, skip 2, 1, 2, and single crochet into that following bump. And single crochet into that final bump, that last chain. And that is our first row. Doesn't look like much, but this next row will definitely show you our block stitch. So from here, we're going to chain 1 and turn. To start this next row, we are going to do a double crochet into that first stitch. So we'll yarn over, insert our hook into that first stitch, yarn over, and pull through. Yarn over, pull through those first 2 loops only, yarn over, and pull through the remaining 2 loops on your hook. And then we're going to skip this next single crochet, and we're going to work 3 double crochet into this chain space here. So underneath that chain 2 from the previous row. So we'll yarn over, insert our hook into that chain space, yarn over, and pull through. Yarn over, pull through those first 2 loops, yarn over, and pull through the remaining 2 loops. And we'll do that 2 more times. And there we have 3 double crochet in that chain 2 space. So then we're going to skip this single crochet and work 3 double crochet into that chain 2 space again, just like we did here. Yarn over, insert your hook into that chain space, yarn over, and pull through. Yarn over, pull through those first 2 loops, yarn over, and pull through the remaining 2 loops on your hook. And then do that 2 more times to give us a total of 3 double crochet in that chain 2 space. There we go. It's coming together. Let's do a final cluster into this last chain 2 space here. 3 double crochet. You have 1, 2, and 3. There we have it. And then we will skip this single crochet here and do a double crochet into the last single crochet of this row. Yarn over, insert your hook into that last single crochet, yarn over, and pull through. Yarn over, pull through those first 2 loops, yarn over, and pull through the remaining 2 loops on your hook. And there's our first row of block stitches. All right, so from here, we're going to chain 1 and turn. We're going to put a single crochet into this first stitch here. So that is the top of that double crochet from the previous row. And then we are going to put another single crochet in this space here between the double crochet and our 3 cluster double crochet here. So we'll insert our hook into this space in between to do a single crochet. And then we'll chain 2. And then we're going to skip that cluster of 3 double crochet and go into the space in between those 2 clusters. So we have a cluster here and a cluster here. So we'll go right in between in this space here and do a single crochet. So if you notice, doing this pattern is what creates these really nice stitches in between our block cluster stitches here. Isn't that so fun? And then the chain 2 spaces create that seamless stacking of those cluster double crochet. It's so fun how this stitch comes together. That is why I really, really enjoyed making that swatch. So from here, we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and do another single crochet in between these 2 clusters. So we have this cluster here and this cluster here. So we're going to go right in between and do a single crochet. And then chain 2. And then we'll do exactly what we did at the beginning of this row. We're going to go right in between that double crochet and that last cluster there and do a single crochet. And just like at the beginning of this row, we're going to do a single crochet on top of that double crochet from the previous row. And that completes row 3. So then from here, we're going to chain 1 and turn. So now we are going to do these double crochet clusters again. So from here, we're going to do a double crochet into that first stitch, yarn over, insert your hook into that first stitch, the last single crochet of the previous row, yarn over, and pull through. Yarn over, pull through those first 2 loops only, yarn over, and pull through the remaining 2 loops on your hook. And then we're going to skip this single crochet here and do 3 double crochet in this chain 2 space here. And there's our first cluster of this row. Then we're going to skip this next single crochet and do the same thing in this chain 2 space. 3 double crochet. And there we have our second cluster here. And so we have our final chain 2 space here. So we'll do one last cluster. 3 double crochet into that chain 2 space. And then from here, we're going to skip this next single crochet and do a double crochet into the last single crochet of this row. And there we have our second row. Doesn't that just look amazing? It looks so good. And then we're just going to repeat what we did here on our third row. So let's chain 1 and turn. We'll do a single crochet into that first stitch on top of that double crochet from the previous row. And another single crochet in between that double crochet and the first cluster of that previous row. And chain 2. And then single crochet in between those clusters. So this one here and this one here, that space in between. And then, just like the third row, we'll chain 2 and just repeat that. So do a single crochet into that next space in between those clusters. Chain 2. Single crochet into the space between that double crochet and that cluster. And single crochet on top of that double crochet from the previous row. And you will actually end on this row to complete this project. So once you have repeated rows 2 and 3 for your desired length, you'll end on a row 3, the single crochet and chain, so that you will end up with this beautiful stitch. It is so, so nice. I love this stitch and I really hope that you enjoyed it just as much as I did. Thank you so, so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, subscribe, and ding the bell so that you know when we upload a new video. And we'll catch you in the next one. Bye!